the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow.
Well, if you've been in Florida long enough, you probably know about Sheriff Grady Judd, sheriff of Polk County, Florida, up there where Lakeland is. He doesn't play around, and he's always got some fancy quips when he does his press conferences.
He's an old school cowboy, Sheriff.
He is, yeah.
And you ain't gonna mess around in his town.
Florida must have the most interesting sheriffs in the country. They're all renegade cowboys, aren't they?
He is the most interesting in the nation. Show me a better one.
Well, yeah, the guy in Brevard County that just went off that Lizzo was having the battle with.
Not as good.
He feels like he's trying to pick it up, but yeah, he's not
trying. But he sees
Sheriff Ivy, I believe.
He sees what Grady Judd's doing, and he wants a piece.
He does. He's trying to step into the spotlight.
The OG is still at the top of the mountain.
I agree. And Aaron Donta Johnson, who's a fugitive in Polk County, went on social media and started taunting Sheriff Grady Judd, including hashtags like #Grady can't find me.
I mean, that is just pure nards right there, man. My God.
You must have a death wish. This guy is going to assemble a strike team.
Well, he's going to find you eventually. And when he does,
they are going to hurt you on a level.
He said, you can chase me on foot, in cars, even helicopters. Well, his mocking ended when Lakeland PD arrested him and handed him right over to Sheriff Grady Judd and took him to the Polk County Jail.
I hope they made a video, though, on the way.
They have a great photo of him, yes. And they were smiling, like, yeah, who caught you, huh?
Gotcha.
Yeah, the sheriff's office replied. They said, challenge accepted. And then after they got him, they said, teamwork makes the dream work. And they tagged it, #play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So that was the response.
That's an old man saying that.
Oh, yeah.
They love to say that.
That's his favorite.
I'll play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
Yeah, it's old.
It's an old man thing, but look, mad respect.
Well, another interesting cowboy that we got here, our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer. He's been making a lot of headlines here lately. He's been in the news about every single day. And the latest thing that's got everybody talking is his plan to make alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades.
What is it?
It is his plan for a 1,000-bed immigration detention center that he's going to basically take people and fly them right out of the Everglades. Now, there is an airstrip there, the Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport. It was part of a scrap 1970s airport project that they had. Now, Miami-Dade officials and the Department of Homeland Security have not yet commented on the plan, but I've seen other people calling it ridiculously stupid. So we'll see if we do wind up getting our own alligator Alcatraz right here in South Florida. So, yeah, this guy's had a week.
So wait, so is it a
prison or an airport?
It's a detention center where they would take people, you'd ship them right there, and then they'd fly them right out to whatever their country of origin is.
Or it's a temporary prison to get out of the country is what you're saying.
They'd send him right out of here. So he is right in the middle of that fray. So I'm sure that'll get everybody fighting today. Another Florida man identified only as Joe was arrested in Davenport after sneaking into a stranger's home on June 9th to hide from his upset wife. Deputies arrived.
That's how scared he is of his wife.
That's how scared he is. He broke into another house.
Enter.
Yeah. Let's get away from her.
It's a felony, and he committed a felony to get away from his wife.
I really would like to meet his wife.
Deputies arrived to find him cooking dinner and running a bath. Apparently, he'd been in the house for days. He admitted he broke in to just avoid facing his wife after they had a fight.
Oh, he thought that it was a vacant place and he could hide out there from her.
Yeah. Now he's looking at felony unarmed burglary, misdemeanor petty theft, and domestic battery. So, yeah, he's going to have to go home and face the music.
Is that a felony, the domestic battery?
I think it's everything combined in there. I don't know which one is, but yeah, they're getting him with felony, whatever. There's a 10-year-old girl named Leah Lindell who survived a shark attack at Boca Grande. Maybe you remember that story from last week. Almost bit her whole hand off.
Jeez.
Now, they thankfully reattached it at Tampa General Hospital. She described the attack, and her mother has praised her resolve. And I saw some x-rays of it. Yeah, I mean, it looked like about at least a quarter of her hand was just dangling off from where the shark had bitten it. But they said, too, because she's young, that, it might actually, she's starting to get movement back in her fingers and all that kind of stuff. off. Here is a little 10-year-old Leah talking about her experience.
I didn't see anything. I was just snorkeling. Then I went up to breathe. And then something hard bit me. And then it tried to take me away. Then I pick up my hand and it's all in blood. Then I started screaming.
Now,
Oh my gosh.
what's amazing is, she's 10 and she was screaming a bit when she saw the blood, but her mom was saying I was the one who was freaking out.
As she was coming up, I heard like this yell or scream, and I saw like the fling of the arm, and it was like almost completely gone.
Could you imagine that? What an experience. Yeah, crazy. Well, police dash cam footage has recorded officers confronting Jathan Gilder, a convicted jewel thief, as he attempted to swallow stolen Tiffany & Company diamonds valued at $770,000. How about that?
If you can swallow and run, you
Yeah.
may get away with it.
You might, but unfortunately he did not. So he was arrested promptly, and then they had to wait for everything to pass.
You got to be fleet-footed now. You can't let them catch you because then, they're just going to hold you till you poo.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, I saw somebody, they stole something, and the police officer was chasing them, and the police officer had some weight to him.
Yeah.
And the criminal was gone in a flash, and the officer just didn't have the gas.
If you plan to run from the cops, you best be fast because a lot of them are in shape, and you better hope you get a chubby one.
Yeah, right.
You're right, because I've
seen cops like build speed when they're chasing an assailant.
I've seen some younger cops, and they are jacked, man.
And they do not play. They will tackle you quick. You better make sure you're faster.
4 people are facing charges after an arrow filled with cocaine was fired at the Fayette County Jail in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. They shot it right over the road, and they missed its intended target.
Like a bow and arrow?
Yes, they're trying to shoot cocaine right into the jail for him.
We couldn't afford a drone,
Yeah.
so we went old
Arrow.
school.
Yeah. Apparently, it struck the building and bounced right off, and they found the arrow a couple days later.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So they said it was hidden in the fingertips of a rubber glove. Apparently, a good amount of it as well.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So they're trying to track them down to find out exactly who's trying to smuggle cocaine into the prison.
Good luck. Now is not the time to go look for your arrow.
No. There's a 22-year-old fake dentist and 2 assistants who have been charged in Europe by Czech police after treating dozens of patients using instructions they found on the internet.
Wow.
So it's not just in Hialeah where they're doing the backyard dentistry.
Yeah, there are ridiculous crooks everywhere.
Yep. And police in Nebraska are searching for the thieves who stole a person's vacation fund from their home last week. And here's the crazy thing. It was all in quarters, $3,000 worth.
Whoa.
How heavy would that be to make off with $3,000 worth of quarters?
It's not even worth it to me.
I mean, it's got to be like a bucket full, right?
Oh, probably more than that.
And how would you, that's a lot of quarters to try to turn in for the actual money.
Yeah.
There was a time when the Gardens Mall donated all the change from their fountain to Little Smiles. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, it was a logistical nightmare. It was horrible. We had to remove it ourselves and then clean it and then process it and try to get the money for it. And it wasn't $3,000.
Do you remember the biggest it was?
Maybe like $1,000, maybe in between 1,000 and 2,000, probably, if I remember correct.
A lot, though, right?
I mean, it was heavy. It was a lot of buckets.
So imagine $3,000 worth of quarters.
But it was a lot of pennies and stuff, too. See, if it's all quarters, that's great.
Right.
But it's not when you get it out of the fountain.
Well, if you have buckets of quarters, do you just walk up to the bank teller and go, sorry, but we got these coins? How do you get all that taken care of?
I don't think the bank just lets you roll up anytime and do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to get the sleeves and, have the quarters.
Sleeve it
pre-rolled
yourself.
on it. Yeah. I don't even know if they do it. They probably wouldn't do it.
You have to clean it yourself, too. I remember that was a part of the nightmare of it all.
Yeah, probably not going to do it. And finally, a disgruntled wild monkey in Hong Kong was caught on camera ripping apart a government banner that warned against feeding wildlife.
What?
He was protesting.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like, you ain't going to take my food.
Not today.
Yep.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.